Welcome, folks. We are doing how to compost. Melissa.
Yeah.
How do we compost in our yards, on our own personal property, and why is it so important?
Sure, great. That's what we're going to talk about today. We are talking about the decomposition of waste materials, specifically food waste materials when it comes to a household setting, breaking those things down into usable soil to then fertilize your garden, add lots of nutrients back into the ground. We do waste a lot of food. And when we waste that food, where's it going? To the landfill. But what we should think about is how much carbon is being emitted from that landfill. You know, we want to do our best to try to play our part and reduce that greenhouse gas as much as we can. And this is a good, easy way to do that from your own backyard.
It is very, very simple.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
that's
very
right.
simple. All right, Josh, please tell us the ingredients that go into compost. People might not think like this can go in or this can turn into soil, but they can. So let's take a look at that.
Compost, primarily two ingredients. We have our green ingredients, which are nitrogen rich, and we have our brown ingredients, which are carbon rich. Examples of carbon rich ingredients are leaves, sticks, debris from when you're cleaning up your lawn, cardboard, non-glossy paper. Examples of green ingredients are just more typically like your food scraps, eggshells, coffee grounds, no meat, no oils, no fats. We're gonna demonstrate the lasagna method, which is basically you're taking that brown material. So here we have straw left over from last year, and then you're gonna layer on your green nitrogen rich materials on top of that, and you're basically going to create a lasagna. And then you're gonna layer more brown material on top of this. As you work through the summer, you produce more food scraps, you fill your bucket, and then you can add more brown material on top.
There's our brown. All right.
And then over time, this will just compress and break down, and your compost pile will get hot up to 130 degrees. Ooh. And you can actually stir it, and that will increase aeration in your compost and help it to break down quicker. Right here, we have a big pile of microbial activity. So there's all these nutrients available in this food, and bacteria and other microorganisms are just breaking it all down. And a byproduct of that is creating heat. And that actually accelerates the whole reaction and helps to break down all of this material into plant available nutrients.
We've touched on composting in our backyard. For residents that are super stoked to compost but don't have an area where they can do it in their yard or don't want to but still want to be a part of the system, organizations like Rust Belt Riders offer an option. What is this option?
Rust Belt Riders is kind of an organization that we have in the Cleveland community that offers drop-off sites for people's compost. Cool. You can use those container bins that we saw earlier in the video, and then you can drive it to one of these drop-off sites all around Cuyahoga County. We've got multiple sites at Metro Parks locations, but also at other community locations as well. They do the whole process of decomposition right there at their facility.
So you can still take part, folks. You can still compost, which is an amazing process. Thanks to Josh and Melissa for showing us all of the ins and outs. Now it is on you.